your partner is at a tipping point, but they are willing to give you a little bit of time to change, this is the time to join my program, Breaking Reactive Patterns. Listen, you didn't get married to get a divorce, right? Yet half of us end up in that boat. How do you prevent it? The best predictor of divorce, according to the most robust and consistent research out there in relationship science, is generally from Dr. John Gottman, who did a meta-analysis. That's where they take all of these different research studies about relationships and they look to see what is the consistency here. The meta-analysis says that contempt is the best predictor of divorce. In fact, Gottman called contempt the sulfuric acid for love. That better get your attention. It doesn't just hurt, it destroys the foundation of emotional intimacy. But what is contempt? And if contempt is the best predictor of divorce, how do we prevent it? Today we'll discuss who you need to become in order for you to build the skills to stop the contemptuous cycle before it even starts, so your marriage doesn't end up a statistic. Before we get rolling on this, help me get the word out on my mission here. Hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Do it. Do it. And turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I post a new video. Also, if you hear me describing your partner in this video, or maybe somebody that you know who has these patterns and that you know they're kind of messing their relationship up, send them this video, share it, do them a favor. Give the information to them, because sharing this video might wake them up to their own dysfunction so that they can start to take responsibility. Listen, we all need a helping hand here and there. There is a lot of misunderstanding about what causes divorce. Most people kind of intuitively think about money, sex, parenting, closeness, betrayal, but it's not all of those things, and it's some of those things. These are all problems inside of the relationship, but here's how I want you to think about it. It's not that you have problems in a relationship, it's how the problems are handled and how you treat one another on a daily basis that creates contempt. So let's look at what contempt is. Contempt is the expression of disgust, superiority, or disrespect towards your partner, often through tone, guilty, facial expressions, and sarcastic remarks. It communicates or implies that your partner is beneath you, they're unworthy of consideration, or they are fundamentally flawed. So now that we have the definition and we know kind of what it is, how do we get to that point? Because contempt is the best predictor of divorce, but most people find themselves in that spot and it's too late. If you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me say that reactivity slowly poisons your relationship. And I absolutely mean that. Divorce is when your relationship has died. So when we talk about dysfunctional reactivity in all of its various forms, this is what creates contempt. Let me give you some examples. You said something that hurt your partner's feelings, and when she brings it up, you roll your eyes, you act angry and put out that she's even bringing it up. You say things like, you can't take a joke, or you tell her to stop being so sensitive, turning it all around on her as if her hurt feelings are somehow her fault. Your partner forgets something at the grocery store that you asked him to pick up. You say something along the lines of, I knew you'd forget. I have to do everything myself. I can't depend on you for anything. Do you hear the tone of voice? Contemptuous. Next one. You bring up something deeply personal in front of a group of friends as a way to get them to be on your side in that situation, and also as a way to put down your partner's position or their perspective, essentially shaming them. When your partner doesn't know how to do something, you give them looks, question their intelligence, and make them feel stupid. You're hurt by something that happened and you shut your partner out. You refuse to talk to them for maybe days as a way to punish them. This is what erodes emotional safety and mutual respect in the relationship. Now, these are just a few examples of hundreds of examples that you could come up with when it comes to how you build contempt. But it's all seated in reactivity, that something happens and I react to that thing in a way that is hurtful. Contempt shuts down vulnerability. It triggers shame and defensiveness. It blocks any meaningful repair or connection. And it activates attachment panic in the recipient with the message that I'm not safe with you. And you have to remember, we are wired to avoid pain. That is literally our survival instinct, is that we fight, flight, freeze or fawn as a way to survive, avoid pain so that we are not hurt. And that includes emotional hurt. So when you keep acting in these ways, you are directly breaking the safety and trust in your partner that her love and connection to you depend upon. I want you to remember when you first started dating, you were falling in love and all the chemistry was there and all the good feelings were there, and you were probably far more patient with your partner. You were probably putting your best foot forward in the relationship. You kept your reactions in check. But the more comfortable you become over time, the more your dysfunctional patterns start to come out. And that happens with everyone. So this is why you have to understand what your dysfunctional patterns are, because those are connected all the way back to your childhood and the ways that you were raised. The result of that reactivity is that you teach your partner through your reactions to become afraid of you, to fear your put downs, fear your disgust, your attitude, your judgment, your opinion, your moods, because you take it all out on them. And it's hurtful and painful to them. So they do what anyone would do. They start to shut down. They start to pull away. They become increasingly angry and frustrated. The more they complain to you about your behavior, and the more that you promise that you're going to change but you don't, the deeper the wound. The foundation of trust erodes. That's the sulfuric acid that you're just pouring on love. They lose their love for you, and that gets replaced by their own contempt. So as you can clearly see, over time, these reactive patterns erode respect, continually put your partner in a defensive position to defend their own worth and dignity. And it's exhausting. This is why I focus so much on safety and how to establish safety in your relationships. Learning how to structure your belief systems to embody safety allows you to become safe in yourself so that you can become safe in your relationships, because safety is the antidote to contempt. When I say that love is a skill, I mean it. You must learn the skills that allow you to be a safe person. Safety is the environment where love grows. Fear is the environment where love dies. I'm going to give you 5 different ways where you can start to cultivate safety in your relationship, but this is just the surface level stuff. If you are going to really build yourself into a safe human being, get into my class. This class that I have is called Breaking Reactive Patterns, the Blueprint for Building a Safe and Healthy Relationship. The entire focus of the class is undoing and dismantling the dysfunctional beliefs that you have that make you reactive. It's far deeper than you think. This is where schemas come in, these dysfunctional belief systems that completely screw us up, and they're completely self-defeating, and you learn how to become a healthy, mature adult. So going back to the 5 different examples, you want to practice these. The first one is cultivate specific appreciation. Contempt comes from scanning for what's wrong. One of the antidotes is intentionally noticing and expressing what's right with specific, sincere appreciation. Example, instead of "you never help me with the kids," try "I noticed that you help pack their lunches for school, and that really helped a lot. Thank you so much." This trains your brain to seek connection, not flaws. It also rebuilds a culture of respect and emotional safety. Number 2, own your underlying hurt, not your superiority. Contempt masks vulnerability. It hides it from us, like disappointment, fear, grief, helplessness, rejection, feelings of not good enough. The antidote is to drop the armor and share the core emotion that's underneath. Example, instead of "wow, you're clueless," try "when I don't feel heard, I start to feel invisible, and I'm afraid that I don't matter to you." This disarms defensiveness, and it opens up the door for repair and intimacy. Number 3, challenge the inner critic. Guess what? Your mind lies to you all the time. This is what schemas are. Schemas are dysfunctional belief systems. And when you have a dysfunctional belief, anything that hits off of that belief is likely bullshit. It's lying to you. So contempt comes from that internal schemas of defectiveness, mistrust, entitlement, and you project those schemas outward. If you secretly believe "I can't trust anyone," or "I'm only safe when I'm in control," or "I'm better than everybody," you're likely using contempt to protect yourself. You want to learn about your schema beliefs. You want to replace those beliefs with healthy adult relational truths. I can protect myself and stay kind and stay connected and stay safe with my partner, even when I'm hurt, even when they piss me off, even when I'm really upset and angry. Number 4, repair early and repair often. There's so many of us that just don't even know how to repair. We get our feelings hurt and we shut down, or we just sweep it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist. Contempt festers there. That's where the small wounds go unaddressed. Quick repairs helps to reduce that resentment, that buildup, and helps both people to kind of get back in line with each other, and the contemptuousness goes down because both partners feel seen. Both partners feel heard. You're taking responsibility for yourself and how you're affecting your partner. So I said that with a tone. I'm sorry, let me try that again. That came out wrong. What I meant was, this shows humility and goodwill to your partner. And it also interrupts this process, this escalation process that happens with every schema. Number 5, reconnect with shared meaning. Contempt thrives when couples lose sight of why they're even together, their shared goals, their shared values, their growth pattern, and what they want for their future. Reconnecting to the bigger why dissolves the need to win an argument that isn't going to matter a year from now, or to try to be superior and better than the other person. Shared meaning puts you in a position where you've dropped your rope. You're not in a tug of war with your partner. Your partner is not your enemy who needs to be defeated in an argument. Your partner is somebody that you love and you want to protect, even when you're upset with them. So it's you and your partner against the problem, not your partner is the problem and I have to defeat the problem. So spend a little bit of time revisiting. What are we even building together? What kind of partners do we want to be together? What kind of person do I want to be so that I can be more aligned in my integrity, that my values and my behavior are lined up with one another, not separated? What do we still admire about each other? You want to replace those power struggles with a collaborative relationship. I truly hope this has helped to kind of understand what contempt actually is, because so often we just hear, contempt is a really bad thing. You shouldn't have that in your relationship, but we don't really understand what it is. And we're certainly not practiced to build skills around how to make sure we get that out of our relationship. If you hear yourself or you hear your partner, schedule a discovery call with me. My program is built to completely counteract this. This is about building safety in yourself. This is about undoing your dysfunctional patterns, growing in your own insight and wisdom and awareness of who you are as a person, where you come from, and how those dysfunctional beliefs kind of got seated inside of you. We are working to root those out, pull them out, and completely change the ways that you interact. So don't wait. Don't let your relationship just keep skating on thin ice. Let's get this solved together. Schedule a discovery call. The links are below this video. And as always, thanks for watching.